So what if the value that we want to pass is more complicated than just a string or a number? Let's take a look at that. So I'm going to go ahead and create a constant array. And this is a feature that you can only use in PHP 5.6 and up, constant arrays. PHP 5.3 to PHP 5.6 you can just have simple values, but PHP 5.6 you can create a constant array. And let's make it an associative array. So just an array. And let's say that I want to store this as my user input. So let's go ahead and I'm just going to start with the array itself. So my fruits. And let's see what we get. Reload. Notice, array to string conversion. Bleh. So basically, I can't just output an array here. I can output a string or something that can get converted to a string, but PHP doesn't know how to take an array and convert it to a string. Well, there's a function in PHP that you can use to do that called JSON Encode. And what JSON Encode does, JSON is JavaScript Object Notation. And so this is a string format for objects and arrays and lots of other stuff that both JavaScript and PHP and some other things know about. It's actually come to be kind of an industry standard. And so JSON Encode will take an array and will turn it into a string that represents the array that you can then use in JavaScript or PHP to recover the original data. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we get now. So now I actually got a link, but let's click on it and see what we get. So we only actually got a curly bracket, not everything we wanted. Kind of disappointing, actually. And the reason is because this thing here, the JSON encoded version of this, actually has punctuation in it. Let's actually take a look at what it looks like. So I'm going to output a pre-format tag, and then I'm going to print our my fruits. So this is what it looks like in PHP, and then I'm going to let's put this in a PHP island. So I'm going to print our my fruits, and then I'm going to echo the JSON encode of my fruits. Then I'll close off my PHP island and close off my pre-format tag. So let's see what it looks like. So here's my array, and then here's the JSON encoded version, which is a piece of text. And you'll see it's getting the curly bracket, but then boom, we have this double quote, and that basically breaks the rest of the string after there. So how can we deal with this? Well, we already know how to encode special characters. Let's go ahead and URL encode this value. We'll do that here as well. So JSON encode turns the array into a string, and then URL encode protects it for sending. So it's replaced all of the funny characters with their hexadecimal equivalents, and same thing here. So now let's go ahead and click on the link, and it works safely, but on the other side I have to take this string, which has been decoded, and turn it back into a PHP array. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Here, I'm going to set my array equal to JSON decode, and then I want to paste in this value. And now let's echo a pre-tag and print our my array and close off our pre-tag. So let's reload. And we actually got an std class object for an associative array. But there's a parameter that you can pass to JSON decode that will fix that. And now we just get back a regular old PHP associative array. So here's the output, here's the input, and they pretty much match.